David Lloyd George.
I'm Woodrow Wilson.
And I'm Georges Clemenceau.
And we're the Big Three.
David Lloyd George, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom from December 6, 1916 to October 19, 1922. Woodrow Wilson, 28th President of the United States, in office March 4, 1913 to March 4, 1921. Most commonly known for his 14 points. Georges Clemenceau was a French statesman who led the nation in the First World War. A leader of the Radical Party, he played a central role in politics during the Third Republic.
World War I officially ended with the signing of the Treaty of Versailles on June 28, 1919. With little participation from Germany, the Big Three negotiated German land based off selfish, greedy ideas and proposed harsh reparations and limited military.
The war could have been avoided, however, after the signing of the Treaty of Versailles. Germany was put in such a desperate and angry state that it allowed Hitler to come to power and carry out such actions as the invasion of Poland, which was the start of World War II. The conflict could have been stopped by the non-appeasement of Hitler and a rising Nazi state. The root cause of the conflict was the unjust that occurred at the Treaty of Versailles, when Germany was blamed for the war and forced to pay very large reparations.
Technology was a curse in World War II because it allowed it to escalate to the total war it became. However, it was great for our growth as a world economy. Although it only contributed to aggression, resources played a large role in the war. Russia was late in industrialization and led to the death of 11 million Russian soldiers. The USSR signed the Non-Aggression Pact with Germany to avoid war. It was a win-win for Russia, as they would plan to stay out of war and receive half of Poland after Germany was taking it over.
The ultimate lesson of World War II is to never appease a nation with such a radical ruler in such a desperate state. Never blame anyone's state for a war, or else it will just cause more war.
Mr. Lloyd, thank you for coming today.
My pleasure.
What were your feelings going into the Treaty of Versailles?
America is far away, protected by the ocean. Not even Napoleon himself could touch England. They are both sheltered, we are not.
Thank you for coming.
So, Mr. Wilson, why did you enter the war?
Well, we entered this war because violations of right had occurred, which touched us to the quick and made the life of our own people impossible unless they were corrected and the world secured once for all against their recurrence. What we demand in this war, therefore, is nothing peculiar to ourselves. It is that the world may be made fit and safe to live in, and particularly that it may be safe for every peace-loving nation which, like our own, wishes to live its own life, determine its own institutions, be assured of justice and fair dealing by the other peoples of the world, as against force and selfish aggression.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, George, how you doing?
It's nice to meet you.
So, what do you want from the Treaty of Versailles?
We want a peace which will be just, but not vindictive. Above all, we want to protect the future against the repetition of the horrors of this war. We propose to demand.
Thank you, George.
It's nice seeing you.
The Treaty of Versailles has no match to Germany. We're the most powerful nation in the world. Now it's time to get our power back.
All hail Hitler! All hail Hitler! All hail Hitler! All hail Hitler!
Hello, I'm here, and this is obviously a government-controlled interview, but we will proceed. Adolf, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Pleasure to be here.
Well, I have a question for you, sir. When your country was so desperate, how did you get them to follow you after World War I, and what happened at the Treaty of Versailles?
We just have to take a stand for our country. It's all about power and being a good speaker like I am. The Treaty of Versailles was unfair, to be honest. I mean, the limited amount of weapons, soldiers, is just unacceptable. And obviously I broke that rule, which I didn't think was a big deal, but according to the Big Three, it was a big deal.
Pleasure to have you here, Frank.
Thanks. Pleasure.
So, why are you staying neutral right now in the war?
Well, you see, war gets us rich.
The Lend-Lease Act made us wealthier as a country and made us more powerful. We just won World War One for the Allies. And you see, World War Two just wasn't our problem. It was a whole another side of the world, and we had no reason to get involved.
All right. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Stalin, so nice of you to join us today.
Please call me Joseph.
Okay, Stalin, what did you think of World War II?
I shouldn't have signed the Nazi-Soviet pact. I should have known they just wanted us to stay out of the war so they didn't have to fight it on two fronts. We were really just looking to try to appease Hitler throughout the whole entire war because we had no interest in starting it.
Thank you for joining us today, Stalin.
My pleasure. Everybody, Harry Truman.
How are you?
So, what were the turning points in the war?
Well, for sure, Pearl Harbor, it got us into the war. We get rich from war. We sell equipment to our allies. We like to stay out of wars as long as we can. That's how FDR did it. That's how I do it. And it's worked out pretty well so far. But, when someone attacks us on our own soil, we have to get even. Then the Russia defeated Germany in Stalingrad. It was a turning point because the USSR left the Axis to go to the Allies since Hitler broke the Non-Aggression Pact and attacked them. In the Pacific, we tried to push Japan back until we got on our own soil. The problem was we were losing too many men, so we decided to drop the atomic bombs. I didn't even know about the bomb until FDR unfortunately passed, but
Thank you, Harry.